Hello, my beautiful creatives, and welcome to my art studio. My name is Chrissie B, and I'm a creativity coach hoping to inspire you to live a more creative life every day. Now, due to some technical difficulties, I'm doing a voiceover. I actually did not record it with a voiceover. I just forgot to turn my mic on. Sorry about that. So today we're playing in my soul book, and I decided I was going to create an easy peasy background using some distress stains. And the two colors that I chose to use were carved pumpkin and picked raspberry. Uh, Carved pumpkin is the orange and picked raspberry is the pink. Now this page is super bright, and so what I decided to do was I was going to push the background back a little bit because this spread is actually going to be my gratitude spread. It's going to be where I write all the different things that I'm grateful for all throughout the year. Now this is a spread that I actually actively write on all year long, so it's going to be a spread that I want to find easily. So the way that I'm pushing this background back is I'm just dripping some Liquitex gesso onto it very kind of sparingly and using that palette knife to kind of scrape it around. And I'm going to keep doing that until the background looks the way that I want it to, basically until I'm happy with it. So now that my background looks the way that I want it to, I'm going to set that aside so it can dry. And then I'm going to pull out this pad of Duralar. And what that is plastic sheets. They're clear. You can find them in office supply stores, in the architect section, and this is what it looks like. You could also use an overhead projector if you can't find Duralar. I went to my computer and I printed out this image of some hand lettering of this phrase. And what I want to do is I want to use this Duralar kind of like a gigantic tip in the middle of my gratitude spread. So what I'm doing is I'm just using some washi to adhere that to the underside of the Duralar sheet because I'm going to use my printout from my printer as basically a template for what I'm trying to do. And the first attempt I did at this was I used a Sharpie, and I just want to take the Sharpie and outline the letters of the words and then fill them in because I want the letters to be nice and rich and black. You'll see here in a moment that this doesn't work terribly well, but I did come up with a solution, so I'll show you what that was. I really struggled with getting the Sharpie to write. It was very streaky and it would only write in certain directions. So I don't know if there is a grain to this plastic sheeting. I have no idea. But for whatever reason, it was kind of giving me a lot of troubles, and I knew there had to be something else I could do to try to rectify the situation. So what I initially did was, and you'll see me do it here, is I basically found which way the pen would actually write a nice crisp line, and I tried to just do that, keep that same angle going. That didn't work necessarily, so what I tried to do was I just did kind of my direction one way, then I thought I would let it dry and go another way and kind of keep writing over the top of it so that I can layer the Sharpie ink on top of itself, and hopefully that would create a nice black image. That didn't work, although I did give it a noble effort. As you can see, I'm determined. I really want this to work because I have this vision in my head on what I want my gratitude page to look like. And this is very important, this tip in. So I'm still working it. I think at this point I'm still thinking I just need to make sure that I let it dry, and then I can go back over it again in a different direction and just keep trying it that way and see if it will work. It just kept making it streaky. This is determination in action, because really I should have quit a long time ago, but I wanted to make sure that I really gave it a good college try, that I wasn't just kind of like being a weenie about this. So I pulled out some black India ink, some Winsor & Newton black India ink, and a tiny size 1 round paintbrush, and decided, okay, let's see if I can make this work. Because like I said, I was determined to make this work because I really wanted this gratitude phrase to be front and center in my soul book. So that worked. It took me quite a long time to do that. It actually took me quite a long time to do that. And I actually went over it twice with the ink. But I did that. It worked out great. It kind of dried a little bit shiny, so I'm not sure if it's going to scratch or anything, so I'm just going to be really careful with it. I'm showing you that when I printed it out on my printer paper, I made sure to add a little bit more space to the left-hand side of the screen, so that way when I use the washi here, it still keeps it looking kind of centered. And I just tip this in like you tip things in, basically using washi and glue stick. I try to get fancy here, and I folded the washi tape before I put it down. It seemed to work. And then I just trimmed up the edges, and I was pretty happy with it. The other thing I did was I had to trim this down because the Duralar is actually larger than my pages. So it does stick out just a little bit on the edge, which I like because that means I'll be able to easily find it. But I need to round out the corner so I wouldn't scratch myself on the plastic. I also wanted to like reinforce the fact that I want to be able to find it really quickly, so I just used some washi tape, as you just saw, to create a tab at the top. Now, this is my gratitude page, and the idea is that I will be, throughout the year, adding to this page things that I'm thankful for. There'll be images and stickers and maybe business cards or brochures or flyers or things from like interesting things that I've done all year. But I didn't think that this spread would be done today until I actually wrote something that I'm thankful for. So that is what I'm doing here. And there you have it. That's pretty much it. I'm pretty impressed with this page. I really love this Duralar stuff. I've never actually used it before today, but I have a lot of ideas on how to use it in a lot of my creative things in the future, so I'm hoping you will stick around and join me for that. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. And until next time, bye for now.